The 90th Pennsylvania was mustered into service on October 1st and was formed out of the remnants of the Pennsylvania militia. Their first major engagement was Second Bull Run, at which they suffered 200 casualties. They had previously been at the Battle of Cedar Mountain, though they were not actively engaged and served as more of a relief force after the battle. They fought in many of the war's most significant engagements, including, but not limited to, South Mountain, Antietam, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, Mine Run, and the Wilderness. The 90th Pennsylvania was led at Gettysburg by Colonel Peter Lyle. Peter Lyle was born on Christmas Eve, 1821, in Philadelphia. Not much is known of Lyle's life before the war, not even his parents' names. What we do know is that he enlisted in the National Guards Regiment of Philadelphia, of which he would later become the commanding officer during its formation in 1840, and he had previously been a tobacco merchant and carriage maker. When the war broke out, the National Guard Regiment was called up for 3 months of service and was renamed the 19th Pennsylvania, with Lyle taking command. After their 3 months were up, the men were re-enlisted in the 19th successor unit, the 90th Pennsylvania. Lyle led the 90th for its entire service and was mustered out on November 26, 1864. On March 13, 1865, in honor of his service, Lyle received a promotion to brevet brigadier general. This was likely aided by the fact that he had commanded the 90th's parent brigade on several occasions during the war. After his mustering out, he would return to command the National Guard of Philadelphia, and in 1867 would even be elected as the city's sheriff. He died on July 17, 1879, and is buried in Ivy Hill Cemetery in Philadelphia. The 90th Pennsylvania arrived at Gettysburg with Henry Baxter's brigade of the 2nd Division, 1st Corps. They were 208 men strong. On the afternoon of July 1st, General Baxter placed his brigade along Oak Ridge between Sheed's Woods and Mummasburg Road. After forming his brigade on the ridge, Baxter quickly noticed Colonel Edward O'Neill's Alabama Brigade advancing on his position. In response to this, Baxter ordered the 90th and 2 other regiments on the southwest side of the ridge to face north in response. Around 2:30, the 90th was posted just north of Mummasburg Road, while the rest of the brigade turned to face General Alfred Iverson's North Carolina Brigade. While Iverson's brigade advanced on Oak Ridge, the 90th opened heavy fire on the brigade's left flank. During the engagement, the 90th Pennsylvania, at this point located right on the angle of Robinson's division along Oak Ridge, was assailed by Confederates on Oak Hill. To meet this threat, Major Alfred Sellers ordered the regiment to face north. During this motion, Sellers used his sword to direct the regiment's fire. For this action, he would receive a Medal of Honor. Eventually, Baxter's brigade began to run out of ammunition, and it was around this time that General Gabriel R. Paul's 1st Corps Brigade was ordered to reinforce Baxter on Oak Ridge. However, Baxter's brigade had not been resupplied during their engagement, and as such had to retreat to General John Robinson's new line near Mummasburg Road, leaving Paul's men to hold the ridge on their own. After 4 p.m., the 90th retreated through Gettysburg with the rest of the 1st Corps. They were reformed on Cemetery Ridge. During the retreat through town, the 90th Pennsylvania's chaplain, Horatio Stockton Howell, was tending to wounded in the divisional hospital located in the Christ Lutheran Church. When gunshots were heard out in the street, Chaplain Howell went outside to see what was happening. As soon as he stepped out, he was confronted by Confederate skirmishers, who demanded his immediate surrender. Instead of doing so, Howell instead tried to explain that he was a non-combatant, and thus exempt from military capture. However, likely due to the heat of the moment, the lead skirmisher didn't believe him and shot him. Howell was the only chaplain killed during the Battle of Gettysburg. They didn't see much action on July 2nd, due to being positioned near the center of the Union line and the Confederate attacks being focused on the flanks. Their primary action for this day was being deployed as skirmishers along Cemetery Ridge and advancing beyond the Emmetsburg Road. During their advance, they discovered the mortally wounded Confederate General William Barksdale near the Jacob Hummelbaugh farm and brought him to the rear. On July 3rd, they again missed most of the heavy action on this day. They were deployed on Cemetery Hill and supported the batteries posted on the brow of the hill. After Pickett's charge had commenced, they double-quicked over to join their line in Ziegler's Grove. The 90th total casualties at Gettysburg were 11 killed or mortally wounded, 44 wounded, and 39 captured or missing. Now let's move on to their monuments. The 90th has 3 monuments on the Gettysburg battlefield. Probably the most prominent of these is the one located in Oak Ridge on Doubleday Avenue and marks their position on July 1st. Also known as the Granite Tree Monument, it was placed in 1888 and was sculpted by John M. Gessler. The tree has many interesting details, such as an artillery shell lodged in the top of the tree, as well as the trunk around the shell looking shattered. Just beneath the cannonball is a bird nest with a mother bird depicted feeding her hatchlings. There are bronze vines that wrap around the tree, likely symbolic of growth after the war, or recovery after a troubling time. There's also a knapsack and cartridge box hung on one of the tree branches. A bronze depiction of the state seal of Pennsylvania lies on the back of the trunk. The monument's flank markers are also in the shape of a tree trunk. Unlike most monuments, the text on this one is inscribed in a metal tablet in the shape of a badge. The second monument, also known as the Eagle Monument, was also placed in 1888 and, like the previous one, was sculpted by John Gessler. It's located in Ziegler's Grove near Hancock Avenue and marks their position on July 3rd. The monument is topped with a bronze eagle perched on a snare drum. The front has engravings of a circle on a Maltese cross, which are the respective badges of the 1st and 5th Corps, and also describes their mustering in and out of service. There's a Latin phrase in the front that reads, "Non sibi sed patriae," which translates to, "not for self, but for country." The text on the left side gives a much more detailed breakdown of what they did during the battle. The text on the back reads, "Buck and Ball Caliber 69," which is a reference to the smoothbore muskets they used at Gettysburg. The third and final monument is located on Hancock Avenue and was placed in 1888 and marks the 90th position on July 2nd. Also known as the Boulder Monument, it has a bronze tablet with text on it, as well as a bronze medallion with the regiment's name on the front. There is also a buck and ball on the side of the monument. Now let's move on to the full regimental history of the 90th Pennsylvania. The 90th was mustered into service on October 1st, 1861, from Philadelphia. They remained pretty much inactive until March 31st, 1862, when they were moved to Baltimore, Maryland, under Colonel Peter Lyle. On April 21st, they were moved to Washington, D.C., and from there were given duty at Acquia Creek, Virginia. On May 9th, they were assigned to the 1st Brigade, Department of the Rappahannock. From May 25th through June 16th, they were on an expedition to reinforce General Nathaniel Banks after his defeat at Front Royal during Jackson's Valley Campaign. From June to August, they were given duty at Manassas, Warrenton, and Culpeper, and were reassigned to the 2nd Brigade, 2nd Division, 3rd Corps, Army of Virginia. From August 9th to September 1st, they fought in General John Pope's disastrous Northern Virginia campaign, including the battles of Cedar Mountain on August 9th, Second Bull Run on August 30th, and Chantilly on September 1st. From September 6th through 24th, they fought in the Maryland campaign, before which they were attached to the 1st Corps of the Army of the Potomac. During the campaign, they fought in the battles of South Mountain on September 14th and Antietam from September 16th through 17th. During the latter, Colonel Peter Lyle commanded the regiment until Brigade Commander William Christian had a breakdown and was incapable of leading, so Lyle took over command of the brigade. Lieutenant Colonel William Leach took temporary command of the 90th. Two members of the 90th were awarded the Medal of Honor for their actions during the battle. Lieutenant Hilary Beyer of Company H cared for the wounded men while the rest of his company was retreating, and Private William H. Paul, who picked up the regimental colors after the color bearer and two members of the color guard had been killed, and carried them for the rest of the battle. From September to October, they were on duty near Sharpsburg, Maryland. From October 30th through November 19th, they were moved to Falmouth, Virginia. From December 12th through 15th, they fought in the Battle of Fredericksburg. They had an unfortunate start to 1863, during which they marched in Ambrose Burnside's Mud March. From February to April, they were stationed at Falmouth and Belle Plains, Virginia. During their time there, they were reassigned to the 2nd Brigade, 2nd Division, 1st Corps, Army of the Potomac. May 2nd to 5th, they fought in the Battle of Chancellorsville. From July 1st through 3rd, they fought in the Battle of Gettysburg, during which they performed several notable actions, including capturing the mortally wounded General William Barksdale, and the actions of Major Alfred Sellers in leading the regiment on July 1st, which would earn him a Medal of Honor. From July 5th through 24th, they participated in Meade's pursuit of Lee. From August to October, they were given duty on the Rappahannock. From October 9th through 22nd, they fought in the Bristow Campaign. From November 7th through 9th, they advanced to the line of the Rappahannock, and from November 26th through December 2nd, fought in the Mine Run Campaign. In February of 1864, they and several other units performed a demonstration on the Rapidan River. From February onward, they were given duty on the Orange and Alexandria Railroad. From May 4th through June 12th, they fought in numerous battles of the Overland Campaign, such as the Wilderness from May 5th through 7th, Spotsylvania Courthouse from May 8th through 21st, North Anna River from May 23rd through 26th, Totopotomoy from May 28th through 31st, and Cold Harbor from June 1st through 12th. From June 16th through 18th, they fought in the first assault on Petersburg, on July 30th in the Battle of the Crater, and from August 18th through 21st, the Battle of Globe Tavern. On September 15th, they were given their final orders as a regiment to perform reconnaissance to Dinwiddie Courthouse, Virginia. On November 26th, the original volunteers' contracts finally expired and were mustered out. All remaining members were consolidated into the 11th Pennsylvania. The 90th Pennsylvania's total death toll throughout the war was 5 officers and 98 enlisted men killed in action, and 1 officer and 28 enlisted men dead of disease. Anyways, that's all I have for you on this episode of Monuments Man. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel. And if there's anything I missed, please let me know in the comments. And with that, this is the Copperhead Historian, signing off.